Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Um, I still keep having to ask myself, is it Friday? What day is this? Y'all come on in. Let me know you're here. Welcome, welcome. Um, Tell me what your weather is. Tell me where you're from and what kind of weather are you having? Trying to see if I see us on here. Lately, it seems like there's been a big delay. Okay, I see. I see us. Okay, we're here. Awesome possum. Hello, hello. There we are. Okay. How are you doing? Tell me how you're doing. It's been a little bit hectic around here. A good hectic, but it's been hectic. I've got a little cold, and so I keep wanting to itch my nose. Chilly but sunny in Texas. Hello, MK. I'm glad to see you. Bobby's in Pocono Mountains, single digits. Oh, I think I have on two shirts and a sweater, and my hands still feel like ice. um, I'm so glad y'all are here. Welcome. So, this is we started a new series and we're doing the 25 days of Christmas in the form of a journal. And let me move a couple of these things over so that I can show y'all. And I'll just keep saying hello as you come in. And anybody watching on the replay, hello to you. Thank you for being here. And if you watch on the replay, I would love to know if you would put it in the comments. I always enjoy seeing your names. Okay, let me show you this because I need to clean off this little section, but if I don't put things right in front of me, I forget about them. So, just like it's still fresh. I just got this finished for our Creative Hearts. Let me move a little bit. And it's not attached yet. So I had to do our December project in two parts because of the way everything was going. And so it's different, and that has thrown me off because my routine is different. But our December project was two parts. We had a bonus, and that was the resin ornament workshop. That was the bonus for Creative Hearts and for the Printable Club. And so I just got our real December project finished and we uploaded it. Adrienne got it uploaded for y'all last night. And that was part one of Downtown Christmas. So I finished up the back part this morning and got that recorded, and it will be added to your hub later today. Oh, hang on, y'all. I forgot to share this over to our group. I feel like I'm very I like systems, and if I ever do something different, it throws me off. I don't know why it's like that, but it is. So I did this a little bit different and it's just thrown me off a little bit, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. All right. So, hey Marilyn, you know what? I saw your email and I started replying to you and I got sidetracked and I don't think I ever pressed send. I'm going to circle back to that. Thank you for reaching out and let me know. All right. Big hugs to you. Big hugs. Big hugs. Hello, Pam Sterling. It's so good to see you. I see Jennifer's here. Okay, I see Wendy, so I've got to answer your question as well. And hey, Sherry. Sherry, my love bug. She sent me a gift from Israel and I meant to take pictures of it, but I took it apart and I'm using it. So it was beautiful, Sherry. The box was beautiful and I'm so thankful. I really am. I'm so thankful. You're so good to me. Hey, Patricia. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here, Miss Pat. Okay, so for those in Creative Hearts, you may have already known this. She sent out an email about it, but we have part 1 of Downtown Christmas in your hub, and this is a watercolor painting. The part that you've received is not the cutout part. It's just all on one sheet of paper. So I recorded part 2 today, and we'll get it to y'all this afternoon. So this is what it looks like when you cut out around the stores, and then I cut out the cross and I cut out this, because the plan is that I will attach these wooden dowels. These 2 are square, and I'm going to attach them to the back of my painting. And this is going to follow the same style as the windows, the interchangeable windows. So this will be on the back, and then this is part 2. So this is the night sky for our downtown city. And so this will lay on here, and I wanted it to be dimensional because I kept envisioning like tea light candles behind it, or Christmas lights, and I wanted some places for light to come through. I just kept picturing it on a fireplace mantle, so I think it's going to be really pretty. I've not mounted mine yet because this is just still a tad bit dry, so I wanted to start out telling y'all this. Hey, Sandy. So that if you've already seen the first part, I don't remember if I said it was 2 parts, so I just wanted you to know. Good. Okay. Switch where I was, went from my phone to CHS on Facebook so I could see you. Okay, good. All right, so that's coming for you. And y'all had asked if we had a kit, and I got that finished this morning too. I've been busy beaver. So what we did is I designed this to fit on, I think my pad of paper is down there in the warehouse, but 10 by 11 by 15 cold press watercolor paper. That's what this is printed on. So I worked it out so that I could print these for you. And if you wanted to get this and the wood, you can order it now. I've got it on the website, and you can order it. And we put a few little bags of bling in there, some snow flurries and Christmas tree bling. So you can get that now, y'all, if you want to get it. And we're shipping today, so we'll try and get it right out to you so you can start working on it. If you don't want to get this, that's okay. You have the digital version of this, and it's a PDF. So you're going to want to print it like with Adobe Acrobat. They've got the free version for that. And if you choose, I think it's called Poster, it will take this design and print it on 4 pieces of paper that you can piece together and trace it onto your watercolor paper. But I wanted to try and print it for you if you don't want to fool with that, and you're ready to get started painting with it. It's ready for you now. So that's there, and I just put the link in the comments for y'all. Good. I'm super excited about it because, and we'll talk more about this with our Zoom, but you might want to do more than one of these. You just might, because when I was playing around with it, look, you could make it like this, and it could be round. There's so many ways you're going to be able to use it. Thank you, Jennifer. Hey, April, I'm so glad to see you. So this is our December project. It's the grand finale for our Home for Christmas ornaments. Made sure it all color coordinated. I'm using the same paint dots. It's backwards on the camera. I'm using the same paint dots because I wanted it all to coordinate. So it all works together. So your ornaments would work well with this. Your Christmas window will work well with this. You've got your own collection. Let's see if I can get this. There's the Christmas window. So if you've missed any of these projects, you can still grab them. They're in the shop. And I just wanted to make sure to say one other thing, and then we'll start our other lesson. So this part is watercolor with watercolor paint. The wood I painted with acrylic paint, and I'm giving you a list of, it's like black, Payne's gray, and I found this paint, and I don't think it's on this table, but it's a pearl blue. It's at Hobby Lobby, and that's what I used to layer that. And I used gloss medium to make those super thin layers. So I'm dying to get mine put together to put the lights behind it, because I think that those stars and the snow, I think all of it's going to reflect and be really pretty. So I'm super excited about this project. So I'm glad I finally have got it for y'all. So this is, it'll be the wood, the paper, and 3 bags of bling. What I don't have, y'all, that you're going to need to get, you'll need to get your own acrylic paint, but you're going to need to look for these little dowels or something else like this, because it's going to help. This is the side I messed up. So it's going to help. You'll mount it on the back at the bottom, and it's going to help this stay flat. And I'm thinking, depending on your climate, how you store your Christmas things, you might want to use Velcro, and attach this with glue, but take it off of the back piece at the end of Christmas, or whenever you take your Christmas decorations down, so you can store them flat. That's just an idea. Yeah, rulers might work too, April. The thickness is what is making it dimensional. And I had this measured, but I don't remember what it is. I think it's almost 1/2 of an inch. So foam, you know how you can buy the foam boards at Hobby Lobby? You can buy them different thicknesses. That would work. Just look for something that's about 1/2 an inch. It could be more, if you wanted it to be further away from your nighttime. So it really depends on what you want to go behind there. See, like at that, I can put Christmas lights. I don't know that I can get my tea light candle behind there, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try it. So super excited for y'all to do this. And so we won't have Zoom this coming Tuesday because I'm going to that Christmas class my daughter got for me for my birthday. Wanted to make sure to tell y'all that. So on Tuesday's live, I'm going to pre-record it because we'll go to the next, I think it's Joy. I need to look at my list, but we'll go to the next week of the 25 days of Christmas, and we'll do those cards next week. And then our Zoom, we moved it out to the following week. So, hey, Destiny, but I'll remind y'all all of that before we get off. How does that sound? I'm so glad to see you, girl. It's cold today, isn't it? Destiny and I live in the same town. Okay, so we also have a big warehouse sale this weekend here. It's tomorrow. And after that sale, I'll be pulling together some more things for our next Whatnot sale. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. All right, so here's what we're going to need today. I'm going to show you the watercolor portion of this. I'm going to show you how to paint these. If you are in Creative Heart Studio, you have full access to this tutorial for the 25 days of Christmas. And it's in your lettering hub is where you'll find it. And I believe it was in the fall of 2023. So you have all of that. You can also order these cards from us. We've already got them printed out and ready for you to paint them. So that's also an option. It snowed here. Wow. If it was colder here, I think it would snow here. It's so dreary. Cold here too. Yeah, it's just cold, isn't it? Okay. Let me grab my paper. So you're going to need a cup of water. You're going to need your watercolor brushes. Here it is. This is week 1. These are the cards, and I want to show you. I've already cut out one of them. This. Next week is peace. I couldn't remember what it was. Hey, Adrienne. Let's see. Good. Good, Pam. It's fun, isn't it? And it really is helping us move odd things out that we don't have on the website. So after our warehouse sale, we'll do another one. Esther said it's 35 degrees in Colorado Springs. Beautiful, crisp morning, and the snow is melting. It's the time of the year, isn't it, for it to be cold? Yeah, we just have to wear extra layers so we don't freeze. Okay. Are y'all ready to paint? So I'm just going to use this palette because this is what I have up here. We have a palette for 25 Days of Christmas. Really, any of our Christmas palettes will work for this, y'all. Any of them will. And if you want to use different paint, that's okay too. April said it's 30 degrees in Western New York. I bet it's beautiful though. Good morning, Mary Beth. We are about to paint. We are going to do the painting tutorial for our 25 Days of Christmas journals. And I forgot to tell you one more thing, y'all. That's okay, Sherry. We're doing them on Wednesdays. Don't ever feel bad about that. It probably feels good to get some things organized and have a better idea of what you have and what you need. That way you can take advantage of the sales that are going on all the different stores. Michael's has been having some really good sales. I'm looking for the link. Let me see if I can grab it really quick. I think it's on the homepage. We put together 2 different paper and bling packs, and it's a lot. There's a lot in it. It's got like 6 bags of bling ribbon that's all coordinated and some paper. I'm going to put it right here. So if you like this one, we have a paper and bling pack for this. If you like this style, we have a paper and bling pack for this. And all you would need is your little notebook. And then you would need your watercolor cards and just some adhesive, like whatever you like to do paper crafting with. Just use that. I found another note. I know I keep saying we're about to start. One more thing. I think this is the last one. Beginning on Sunday, y'all watch your email because we're going to start our BOGO. We usually do this at Christmas, and we will have note cards, shirts, journals, shareables, lettering workbooks, and it will be Sunday through Saturday, okay? And you'll get an email when it's live, but I wanted y'all to know that there's a lot of note cards that we're not going to carry anymore, and so this is a great time to stock up. A lot of journals, there's a lot of things that we aren't going to carry anymore, and it's a great time to get access. So the way it will work, if you buy 1 pack of note cards, you get another pack free. If you buy 1 shirt, you get a second shirt free. That's how it will work. Hey, Barbara, I'm glad to see you. It's cold up there, isn't it? This, I love this sweater too, Marilyn. This is Sarah Williams, Framed by Sarah. I got it from her last year. I love all her shirts and sweaters. So I got this one and I love hearts. So, I love heart earrings. I just love hearts. So, it's very comfortable and it's really soft. But if she has any more, they're very nice. Okay. Well, Bobby, we've got some of those paper and bling packs now on the website. So I didn't know if we would be able to get them on there. So that's why I went ahead and put them on Whatnot. At least y'all could get them there. But we've got it on the website now. All right, I'm about ready now. I think that's all my announcements. I just don't want you to miss anything. Tony says it's 45 degrees in Oklahoma. Cold, cold. All right, girls, let's get started. All right, so I know I'm kind of going backwards, but it's okay to do that. I wanted to, so what I did, let me turn that light on. It feels dark. What I did on Tuesday is the we did the cover and the inside and the inside and the outside. I showed you how to do that part. I got to tighten up that string for that. It's not going to stay. And then I also showed you how to do the dividers, how I did that, and gave you some ideas of how you could use this on a daily basis. But today, since we normally paint on Fridays, I just wanted to take some time and let's just talk about painting these cards because what you could do, and everybody's different. So do what's right for you. But you could sit down in one sitting and just paint all your cards and then cut them down and place them with the week that they go with. And then when you get to that week, your cards are already painted. Or you could paint a card a day and use that quiet, creative time for prayer and reflection on the Lord. Do whichever one is right for you and whichever one you'll do. Um, I don't know if y'all are like me or not, but I have a terrible habit of buying planners. Like I've got 5 planners for 2025. Why? I just keep thinking that I'm gonna, I'm gonna use it, but I usually just stick with one, and it's the one that I've been doing. So I have good intentions, but I don't do them. So that's why I say with this, do what works for you and your schedule and what you will actually do. Let's see, Cassie, you had mentioned a month or so ago that changes are coming to the encouragement club. No, I have not. And it is still to come. I'll start announcing that next week, but I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like it. So I'm missing a couple of details and then I'm going to announce it. But we are going to make some changes to our encouragement club and expanding something in Creative Hearts so that we can expand something in Creative Hearts. And I hope to have those details for y'all next week. So thank you for asking me that. Thank you for asking. Okay, so you're going to want to have, for me, I love to use an angle brush when painting circles or balls, or a brush like this that has an angle. Here's an example of a small angle brush. These are really nice because you can use the tip if you need a sharp point or you need a thin line. You can get that just by the way you hold it. If you need a wider line, you can get it by holding your brush that direction. I really like to be able to let my brushes do the work for me. So I'm always looking for different ways to do that. And you can let your brush do the work for you by turning your paper different ways or holding your brush at a different angle. This one, you could use the point to get like little dots. You could use it at this angle. If you wanted a line, a thin line, you could use it at this angle and pull and twist to get like, yes, you do, April. We miss you. to get brush or leaf strokes. Okay, so what I would recommend doing is start from this side. If you're right-handed, start on the left side and go across, or, and you'll see this with the downtown Christmas, um, I wanted to paint my church first so I could decide for sure the colors of my other buildings. So I flip my paper around and move it however I need to do, but the main point to here is you don't want your hand to lay in wet paint, because if you're like me, you will do that, and then you'll put it down somewhere else and you'll have paint everywhere. So let's do this one. All right, so I have some clean water, I have a napkin, and I have some more that are handy. This is some of the paint from this palette. So this is what I'm going to work with. I think that I'll probably use these cards in this book. So I'll probably pull these pinks and turquoise and that green and those greens into this. If I was doing this one, then this same palette works with that. I would incorporate more of the browns and the reds and the greens. So it's a very versatile palette and you can work it however you want to. And the fun thing about these packages is if you wanted this to be a polka dotted paper, you could easily draw little circles with a pencil or a pen and have polka dotted paper, and that would be fun. Or you could make striped paper, or you could decorate your bow and have a bow that's got different designs on the bow, but something that easy you can do with your paper. Or you can just do it plain. Either way. Oh, Wendy, I understand. I understand. Those grandbabies come first. But just know that we'll be here for you whenever you get baby taken care of. All right, so let's try this. I think for this one, I'm going to do a red bow, and I'm going to use that Perylene maroon and just put a light wash down. So this is a good time to give you this reminder. Consider, what are you painting onto or on? What's your surface? Consider your surface. My surface, I know that this is illustration paper. So illustration paper is typically thicker than cardstock, but it's not quite as thick as watercolor paper. It will take the watercolor, but it's not designed to carry a lot of water. So I'm being very mindful of that whenever I'm painting this. So with the Downtown Christmas, that was painted onto, oh, I forgot to do the bottom part of the bow. That was painted onto cold press paper. So I could use more water on my brush. So always think about, okay, what am I painting on? What's my surface? If you've done the journals with me, and I know many of you have, you know that we will even paint on cardstock paper with our watercolor. And we can do that by using very small amounts of water on our brush. That's how it works. Okay, so I've got that. And a lot of times what I'll do whenever I'm painting something like this is I'll go around and I'll do all the red on that page. And that gives this red time to dry. And I think I'm going to do that simply because red is such a powerful color. It's very dominating. I'm going to do the transparent pyrrole orange. And I'm putting some on my saucer. I'm adding water to it to dilute it a little bit and stirring it together. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a wash of this down, and I'm using that rounded or pointed filbert, or it may be called a pointed oval. I don't remember what they call it. It's very similar to a cat's tongue brush. It's like a filbert, but it has the point. I'm just putting this color down as my base because I want to layer this one. I keep feeling like I'm going to sneeze. Okay, so I've got just a thin wash. And if you notice, I've got white down in a couple of places. So if we had, let's look at my mouse as an example. So if you look at my mouse like this, it's just flat. It looks flat. But if you turn it on the side, you can see the curve. So if we were going to paint my mouse, where would the highlights be? Do you see the highlights now? Right there. You can see the reflection of the lamp above me, the light switch. You can see a reflection right there. This is so cool that I didn't plan it this way, but you can see the reflection of light there and the reflection of light there. So what you could do is you could go across like that with a little highlight, go across there with a highlight, or leave that space white, which is kind of what I did. So that's just an example. Whenever you're painting something that's rounded, imagine where would the highlights be? And those places are the ones you could leave white. Hey Sue, I'm so glad you're here, and Merry Christmas to you. Let's see, April said, I bought the canvas paper, and what did you say to use it for? The canvas paper is great. You can run it through your printer and print artwork on it. You could run it through your printer and print a traceable on it, but if it's the same canvas paper that I'm thinking, it's for your printer. Okay, so now I'm pulling in the maroon, and I'm just dropping it up here at the top to start creating some depth on my ornament. And that's another way. And you've got ornaments in each of the weeks. So that's why I wanted to make sure to show you this. So this is another way we can create the illusion that this is round. Okay, so I'm just going to lightly pull this out. And I don't know if you can tell this or not, but my transparent orange is still a little bit damp. So with watercolor, it moves with water or it moves with whatever is wet. So that's what's happening with this. My paint is moving, and that's what I want it to do. So I'm going to go down here with that maroon, and I'm just going to let it blend together, and let's see what happens. And while I've got that on my brush, that same color, I'm going to come back over here to this one. Here's an example, and I'm going to add a little bit more of that maroon right there, because that's kind of where I would think there would be a shadow, that it would be right up under that knot. So I'm just putting a really thin wash. And you could do this, y'all. You could do it with Tombow markers. If you don't have watercolor paint, Tombow markers are water soluble. You could use them. Okay. You see that? And then I'll do a little bit more right here. Like that. Okay, and we're just going to let that blend together. I'm going to give that just a little bit to dry, just a little bit more. And I'm going to come over here and see what down here. I don't really see much of anything that would be red. This is mostly green. So unless we wanted to do this candle, and I absolutely could do that candle pink, and that would pull in some of the pink, wouldn't it? So while we're waiting on that, we're letting that rest a little bit. Let's come up here and get this light pink. It's Coral Reef, and which is, I think, is a strange name for this because it doesn't look coral to me. It looks a really soft pink. All right, so I did a similar thing with that. I left a little white spot because it's also rounded, so we can create that illusion. Okay, while I have that white still on my brush, that pink, well, I rinsed it off, didn't it? I'm going to do this package. So here's my idea. I'm going to do the package pink with black polka dots. So to make it easy on myself, I'm just going to go over this with that light pink. And look what happened. It touched my red and the red was still damp. So can y'all see what it's doing? Can you see how it's running together? Okay. My dogs are inside and I can hear them barking all the way out here. Okay, so this is why I like to keep a piece of paper towel handy, because anytime something starts running and you don't want it to, all you have to do is blot it and it'll pull it up like that. Okay, so I will definitely have to let the pink dry before I add my my black dots, but I want to go ahead and get that down. All right, so I'm adding a little bit of shadow right up under the bow, right up under the bow on this side, and then I'm going to pull it down the package to the side and add a shadow on the side. Does that make sense? Because this would be further back, so I'm going to put a shadow back there. All right, so if you needed to make it go faster, I think you absolutely could dry this with a dryer. You would just want to be careful because see how much water is on there? If you hit it hard with wet paint, if you hit wet paint hard with air, it might splatter. All right, so I want to take some more of the maroon and I'm just going to put it right in here and add just one more layer. And I like the way that's turning out. It's just, look at this with my brush strokes. Can you notice how I'm making, even with my brush strokes, I'm trying to create that illusion that this is rounded. Okay, so just say, for instance, that, oh, I missed one of my highlights. I could pull some of that back up like that. It's not going to pull all of it back up, but it does pull it back up. Okay. All right. So let's go to green. All right. So I've got green here. And then this one down here at the bottom has a lot of green. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this brush because I can hold it at this angle and draw. So here I am. I'm going to turn this upside down. I'm going to get some of this rich green gold, which is a yellow green, and I'm putting some of that on my saucer. So I'll have it for these greens. Then I'm going to get some of this Cascade green, which is a bluish green, and they work really well together. And Cascade green is absolutely beautiful. If you have not seen it in person, it's a beautiful color. All right, so I'm going to go down first with my green gold. And I'm just drawing some extra little pine needles like that. Oh, and you cannot even see that, could you? I just drew a few little pine needles. There you go. Then I'm going to come back over here and turn it that direction. And I'm going to go over my pine needles. And I hope you can see I'm turning my hand different ways with a touch of Cascade green. And so this is the wet on wet technique. So those two colors are going to start blending together. And I want them to do that. I want them to. All right. So now I'm going to turn this one upside down. And I'm going to hold my brush at this angle so that I can get a thin line there and there, there, and this is the Cascade Green. It's darker, so I thought that would be good for the line. And I think I got all those. So I'm gonna pull in some of that green gold onto my brush now and just lightly touch these. If it makes you nervous painting these small parts, you could absolutely use your Supra color pencil or watercolor pencils. Either of those would be great. Okay. Now, all right, so that's coming together. Then I have this green. So with that green, I think I want that to be just the Cascade, and I'm gonna leave the little red, the little dots, and make those berries. And since they're so tiny, I'll show you, we can do that with our pencil. You could actually do a lot of all of this with your pencil, actually. Okay, so don't be afraid to turn your paper. Probably help if I see my pencil. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's use this one. I'm just gonna do the little dots for the berries. Do that and that. Okay, so I want to tie in some more red, so I think I'm gonna let this little candle holder be red, like that. And this is not quite dry enough, but when this dries just a little bit more, I'm gonna come back in with my red. Y'all, I just had all of this out because I was painting with it. I don't think this is it. I don't think this is it. See how I can take my Neo color and I can add some color right up there, how it starts deepening that. Yes, Barbara, that's yeah. Because if it's not dry, the pencil will dig into your paper. If it's damp, the crayons are pretty okay, but it's messing with me because I just had those markers out. But stay focused, Pamela. Stay focused. All right, so I'm just going to pull some of that in. I like building up on the balls. Okay, so now we need some yellow, and I'm just going to get a yellow color pencil because this is small, and I'm going to do this, the little light flickering like that. You can't see it, I'm sorry. Just did the yellow pencil. And now I'm looking at the words. So I'm going to use a pen to do that, but I need to wait until this is totally and completely dry so that I don't smear it. But I want to show you this so I don't forget. So this is a gray color pencil. I think it's gray. They put the names on here and it's really hard to see. Grayish black. This is an easy way to outline your letters without it being super harsh, like with a marker. If you want something softer, you can outline it with a dark gray pencil like this. And it just gives more definition. And this one is supposed to be the divider for Hope Week, but I want you to do it the way you want to do it. Whenever I was designing it, this was the beginning card for that week of cards. All right, so this is still, well, it is. Let's try it. Let's try that. All right, I'm just going to use this. Nope, not going to use that. Okay. Then we can just, add the color with this. And it might feel a little bit easier to control. You could absolutely paint it if you want to keep with that watercolor look. But I just wanted to show you the different ways that you can do this. So you can see your options. You could color this in with Neo colors or color pencils. You could use the Sharpie Creative pens. Okay. I love the pink and black polka dots. Okay, so now I think that that's dry enough that I could use my micron pen to outline it. Or if you have the Faber-Castell artist pens, you just need something. If you want it to be black, just get something thin. And I think it really depends on the design. Like this might look better with the gray. Let's see. So we'll practice on mine and you can decide what you like for yours. Okay. I could come back up the side. There's my little box. And I think that works with my paper. Yeah, that coordinates with that paper. And with a white, let's see if I have any that's close by. You could do like a white Posca pen or the Sharpie Creative pen or a good white pen. You could still put a little white highlight here and there. So if I remember correctly, with each week, you're going to have some drawings of the packages. Good, Tony. I'm glad you like it. I love that too. I like it too. All right. Now I still don't see my red color pencil that I want, so I'm going to use this Woody. I just want to get a little bit more depth with my red. Okay, that's better. All right, so I'm going to use this over here to get a little bit more depth with this. I like to use several different shades of red. I don't know. I just think it gives a really neat effect to do that. And these are water soluble, so I can pull it around and still keep with, and I just covered up my little highlight again. But that's okay. Okay, so that was water soluble too. So I'm going to use a gold paint pen for this. And let me get my water. I don't, there's the pencils and stuff I was looking for. It's like, I know they're on here because I was just using them. I put them to the right instead of to the left. It threw me off. Okay, so I don't see my gold right handy, but I'll come back and do gold for that. And let's see if this is dry enough here. I think it is. I do need to watch that little thing. So I think for this design, I'm going to outline my candle with the black thin. This is a number 3. You could use these as Christmas cards or Christmas gift tags too, y'all, in addition to putting them in your journal. All right, so I'm thinking that I want to use red for the lettering on that, and I need to have a fine tip to do that. And I think this is going to give it to me. the geese, I don't know if y'all hear them or not, but the geese are passing through town. We always get a lot of them at the lake behind our house, and they are so noisy. And then this is always sweet. There's always a couple that come back, and they'll have babies here. So we always look forward to seeing them. Okay, so I think I want to deepen that up because it's still not that deep red that I'm looking for. So I'm just going to use my pencil. And that's an idea for you on how to do this design on this sheet and use the gold. So let me show you the other one for week 1. So see, you have another package here. This one, how are we on time? I've got time to show you this. We're going to do the same. So you'll notice that most of these are repeating in some form or fashion to make it easier to get them painted, but to still have some variation and differences in it. So I'm going to use my green. I'm going to do like I did earlier. I'm going to draw that little stem, and I'm going to do my little line. This is the Cascade green, doing wet on wet. And this is a ribbon, and I did it in white. I mean, not white, red. So I'm going to need to make sure that my green dries really well. I want to deepen that just a little bit. This is one of my favorites. This is chromium oxide green. Okay. So now I'm going to come down here and do this one. It's easier, in my opinion, to paint the green first and then come back with the red, just because that red is very domineering, and it likes to be the control the party. All right, so that's my green gold. Now I'm going to come back with some Cascade green. Need to get a little bit more. My little thing came off, so I've got to reattach that. And I think I used a glue stick. So if you watched on Tuesday, we need to use something other than a glue stick. And I think it's because my paper was shiny. I think that's why it was like that. And I don't remember, for those who might just be coming in, we added some bling and paper packs to the website that are color coordinated, so that if you want something that's already picked out for you, we've got it. Look at that. This is the Cascade green. I wish I could hold it so you could see the variations in that color. It's just really pretty. You like it too? Yeah, that's me washing them. Okay, so now I'm going to try this. Let's see what happens. This is Scarlet. I'm going to make an outline, and I want to see what happens. I think I did this on something else and it worked. Oh my goodness, look what I did, Barbara. Oh my goodness. This was wet, so when I put it in my hand, look what it was doing. So Barbara and I have a competition to see who's the messiest painter. I think I'm winning, Barbara. I think I'm winning. All right, so now I want to come in here with that. I'm mixing two together. I'm using the transparent orange plus the Perylene maroon. And we'll see what happens. And because this is a neo color, whenever it gets wet, it's going to move. But also, because it's a neo color, it does have wax in it. So I think it's doing what I was hoping it would do. It's creating a buffer or a barrier, or almost like a fence. The watercolor paint can go past it, but it's not gonna be as likely to go past it. Does that make sense? I was curious if it would work, and it looks like it is, so that's good. And I am touching the Neocolor part with my wet brush so that, it starts blending in there as well. But this is one of my favorite designs, this one right here. I love that red with the green. And then you can come back and you can add, depth and more variation to the red. And if you wanted to, you could do some berries. Oh, and let me show you one other thing you can do with this one that's a lot of fun, using the opera pink. All right, almost forgot about it. So this is the opera pink. It is a very intense color, but it's good using it with red. All right, so I'm going to put a little swoosh of it right here. It's almost like it makes a highlight of red. It blends in when you add it when it's wet. And it's really pretty. Can y'all see that okay? So I just did it where the little swoosh for the ribbon is down here and there. And I got those berries. I think it's good. Seeing what this will do. I'm penciling it in where it's wet. And so that's one more variation of red. I think you'll see with your paintings, having several different variations of red really helps give it depth. And it's not going to hurt anything for you to use this pencil wet. Like I'm dipping it in water. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so there's that one. Now let's talk about this little guy. So for this one, I painted the pot pink because I knew I wanted to use it in this book, but this would also work in this book because there's pink in there. This could absolutely work with that paper. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do this pot pink again because I've got the green up here. So, yeah, and it's that opera pink. It's very intense. Like it's super duper intense. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with our greens. So let me get pulling it off my card, putting it over here on my plate. Let's do one thing different with it. Hang on. Let's do one thing different. Let's take this fuchsite. Let's see what happens. Let's put the base for this down as fuchsite. Let's experiment. That way, if you don't like it, you'll know, oh, don't do it that way because she did it that way and it didn't look good. But I think it's going to look good. We'll just experiment. Fuchsite, I don't remember. You can look on Daniel. All of these are Daniel Smith colors. You can look on their website and they tell you about the paints and what they put in the paints and what minerals or rocks or whatever they're made with. So while that's still wet, I'm going to come on here. I've got my Cascade green and I went ahead and mixed it with my green gold. And now I'm just going to touch it and just lightly touch it and let it run. Wish you could see that better. I was afraid it was going to do that. 2, 3. Okay. Let's see. I could pull that camera down a little bit lower, but I think it's going to hit. Let's see. I just want you to see how it's working. Hold on, everybody. I'm not trying to make you seasick. Okay, and I can twist this. Now, can you see how those colors are kind of, that's a piece of sediment or something. Because the fuchsite is still wet, still a little bit damp, look how sweet that looks. It's really soft and gentle. I like that. I'm glad I tried that. So that was putting the fuchsite down first, and then while it's damp, coming in with the two greens mixed together and just lightly touching it and dragging it out a little bit. And it's just making a really soft, gentle look. I like it. What do y'all think? And what I'll do is I'll take that chromium crayon. I do most of my pine bows starting with the, okay, that's good to know. I bet y'all have beautiful trees, Bobby. It's really soft. Okay, so I'm using this. You could use brown, but I'm just using that. All right, and then for that pink, I think I'm going to use Rose Madder. We've not used that one yet, and it's a beautiful color too. Put it right here. What I'll do for the next set, I will make them color coordinate with the other paper more. But I just love this paper. It's so bright and cheery. It's some that I found at Michael's. And so then I made bling mixtures, blends to go with it. Okay, so then I can come in with a little bit of the opera pink and put a little bit more down in there. There. I like it. Okay. I bet they're gorgeous. I haven't had a chance to tell y'all, but I'm going to get to go to Connecticut next year, back to Artist Rising as one of their teachers. So I'm going to have details for that very soon. What do y'all think about if we do this package? And I know we got to start winding it up. It's 103. We could do it. Let's see. Let's do it striped. Let me show you how you can do a stripe. Let's do cobalt. You need something that's going to be translucent so that you can still see the words through there. You could use a ruler or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use I'm just going to lightly pull it up. A flat brush would have been better, but it's okay. Okay, so there's one stripe. Get some more cobalt, and I'll do this stripe. That way we've got some of this color tied in. The dates, I think it's September 6th through the 11th. I'm going to get all of that together and show y'all. I was just afraid to go ahead and tell you now because there's so much happening. Black Friday sales and all of that. And then I do need to make sure y'all know about this, but the post office has set their last day for shipping if you want it for Christmas is the 15th, I think, of December, just for regular postage. So we'll start talking more about it. That's why we're doing the BOGO next week, just to give incentive that if you need it for Christmas, go ahead and get your order in so we can get it shipped. We want to try and get everything shipped by the 15th that's needed for Christmas. So we really need to get the order in advance so we know. Now here comes a green stripe, and look at the direction. I'm holding my brush, and I'm just going to go right up the middle and right up the middle. Okay, it's not perfect, but that is okay. And then I think it would be cute to have little bitty green stripes at the top of the box. I think that would be cute. We can dress up our little package. And I'll probably just do, since that's kind of damp, let's see, where's that? Here it is. Let's do this again because that worked pretty well. See if we can contain our red. Okay, so just to recap, y'all, next Tuesday is when I'll be off. I'm going to that Christmas class, Santa class that my daughter got for me for my birthday. And so I'm going to still have a lesson for us using the 25 days of Christmas, but I'm pre-recording it. So if you watch, I just want to make sure y'all know it's pre-recorded, and I would love it if you help me out in the comments if somebody's confused about, is this live? And then you can say, no, it's pre-recorded. She's off today. But I just want to keep with our 25 days of Christmas theme. So I'm going to pre-record it. And then we would normally have a Zoom next Tuesday night, but we talked about it and we're going to do it the following Tuesday night. Okay, so what I did, I don't know if y'all can see this or not, y'all. I took my crayon and I just scribbled it on here to get some more of this shade. I'm excited about it, April. This lady is somebody like a lifelong artist that I've admired for forever. And so it's just really sweet that my daughter saw that she's used to live here in town, but she moved to Fairhope, Alabama, and so she's coming back. They're getting her to come back to do this class. And I used to buy, she does these life-size Victorian people and Victorian Santas, and every year our town has a Victorian Christmas tour, and she was the one that got it started. And so she's coming back to do a class, and Elena got me a ticket, so I'm excited about it. Okay, so let me pull this back up. Okay, so this gives you an idea of how you can use watercolor for your cards, and then once everything's dry, you can cut it out and you can do the edges, with your stamp pad or however you want to do it. I'm going to add some metallic gold to that, and then you can layer them on top of the pages like this. You can use your book pages. There's lots of different ways to do it. So on Tuesday, I'll record how to do that part. I'll take pictures, Sandy. I'll take pictures. But that's where we are with this. If you want to get the paper and bling bundle, we have those in the shop now. If you're in CHS, we meet at 6 p.m. April. Next year, I'm looking at dividing that up and do some of those meetings during the daytime. So we'll be shifting a few things in the new year, but just to make it easier and better, improve things. But we also have that kit. If you're in CHS and you want to do this, it's on the website now. So the kit is the board, the paper, this printed on the watercolor paper for you, so it's ready to go. It's ready for you to paint. You just need your own watercolor paint and your own acrylic paint. And you'll need to get dowels or something to build it up in the back. All right, does anybody have any questions before we go? Get that out of my eye. Thank y'all for being here. Do y'all have big plans for the weekend? We are getting ready for our warehouse sale. It's tomorrow here. And once we have that, then I'll have a lot more goodies for our whatnot sale, our next one. All right, ladies, I hope that y'all have a fabulous weekend. Stay warm, and I look forward to seeing y'all very soon. And let me know if you have any questions. And thank y'all for watching on the replay. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye bye.